There was 3 in there. I called the cops on them earlier. Where'd that girl go? The one that was in this truck. What? What was that?
Oh, you're the truck.
Oh.
Yeah. Sorry? Oh, nice.
Akoi, stop.
Hey, all. This is where they block the ICE people in, and we're trying to keep from leaving and all that, and we're attacking them.
The car that I posted, you guys.
Watch how far she goes. They're literally ramming this car.
No.
They're blocking ICE. Hope it won't crash today like it has been. Hey Tammy, the second half I'm going to have a really good video you're going to want to see. It's about Obama and Obummer. I call him Obummer. I'm going to play all the short ones and then I'll play the long ones. I'm using this to... Hi Leslie, Colin. Tammy said you're here, so I believe so. I should be on both days on the weekend, as long as nothing comes up. Usually around 6 p.m. Eastern time. We'll
The lady blocked the road.
See that they put the car right in front of the ICE person so they can't get out.
Yeah, you're up the street.
And then she pulled in behind him, so he can't go backwards either. Then she got out of her car and is blocking him.
Okay, put the location, 1888.
I played a short clip of this earlier, not the full one, just the full version. The day before yesterday. If it cuts off, I'm sorry, it's been knocking me off, partway into them. Usually lets me get a good 45 minutes in, Hey Colin, what's happening over there?
They're taking pictures. Wave.
They think they got him trapped for good. They will not let him out. And they're calling other people to come in there and harass him and start smashing on the car. That's what they're going to try to do. They're desperate to keep all the illegals here and financially break us. They want this one world government, and they think the only way to get it is to end capitalism. They don't want it to work, And the way to end it is have all this free stuff for the illegals. We got enough people on the government toll right now. So if it cuts off, I'm sorry. It's not. I'm not going to intentionally do it. Seems to be about 1 out of every 7 or 8 it cuts off. It seems to be Wimpkin that goes down first, then it's a chain reaction. The other ones start dropping after that. If that one drops, then the other ones drop. 15, 20 seconds later. So I'll keep an eye on this one. If it were to cut off now, I'd restart it. But if it gets, beyond 6 or something, then it will restart. It takes a lot to do it, and then run out of time to do it. Okay, what's happening here, Tammy, is they've blocked the ice car here in the black in. So they can't get out. And they put a car in behind them. Now they're starting to lean on the vehicle. And they're putting the cameras in their face. See, all these white liberal women, mostly, are doing this. They want these illegals that they've caught in the car.
Hey!
Get off the car, you dumbass. That's what I would say.
Yeah, let me see.
Bitch.
Let me see.
Where's your badge? Where's your badge?
Yes.
That's not a police
That's not police badge. You're not police.
There's no jurisdiction
That's border.
here.
Border Patrol's the same thing.
You're a fucking liar and you're going to be
What are you trying to do?
all day.
What are you trying to do? Of what? Where? What are you doing?
Do you
What's
have
any
a warrant?
business of his?
Yes, move out the way.
Yeah, let me
Is it
see.
You
a
have a
judicial?
judicial warrant.
They don't need a judicial.
You don't have the warrant in hand. You're supposed to have the warrant in
No,
hand.
you don't need to see the warrant.
Yes, we do.
What are you trying to do?
Get out
We
of
need
the
to
That's
have
how it
a
starts
You
shooting.
haven't
They want an
given us
incident
your name.
to make
You have not
a
given
rise
us
up
your name. You
against
have not given us
the
your
deporting
badge
people.
numbers.
No.
And
It's
you
going to
have
get
not
worse
given
before
us
it
a
gets
warrant.
better. Hi, John.
You have not given us your
Yeah,
name,
just
your
listen
badge
in.
number to prove your
Second
identity,
half.
and you have not given us a warrant.
The second half of the show, I'm going to have a really good video. I want you all to stay around for that. It's about a 30-minute video. It's really good. See, they're all confronting the ICE agent right there. That's the ICE agent and all these white liberals. Freaking insane. A lot of Antifa.
Ooh!
Now it started moving. It just went up on.
Oh, fuck!
There goes the ICE agent now. Trying to get out of there. They've been slashing their tires too.
Holy shit.
More than ever, huh? I thought they were supposed to be deporting them and stopping them. They drove across their lawns. Well, they aren't really lawns. Dirt. Over their dirt. They're over the bushes. They aren't putting up with that crap anymore. I think they have every right. How bad is it? It's getting that bad there, huh, John? They're getting desperate on the left. There they go. They got out of there. Now you're going to go chase them down, lady? You're going to go get in your car and try to ram them like you did? I believe this was the lady that...
Shit. They almost ran someone over.
Well, get the fuck out of the way! That's what I'd say.
Yeah, they went through the fucking yard.
The second half, I got a real good one. I definitely want you all to stay with. It's about Obama and Big Mike and all that. The Kash Patel. Maybe you've all already seen it. I don't know. It's about a 30-minute video. literally spending all their time. Don't they have jobs trying to go around and stop ICE? It's insane. Have a meltdown if they really lose midterms. They are really going to have a meltdown. All right, this one's from Benny Johnson talking about Gene Pinheiro announcing criminal charges. Here we go.
Them. Today, we are announcing that Lawrence Cotton Powell, who is 19 years of age, along with Anthony Taylor, who is 18 years of age, are now charged with assaulting Levine. Cotton Powell was stomping on Levine's head, as you can see in this poster to my left. Levine was able to get up momentarily, but the crowd chased him and got him down again. They continued to attack Levine while he was on the ground, and then...
That's the one known as Big Balls there that was part of Doge, and he was protecting a woman. And then they all attacked him.
Proceeded to rob him of his sneakers and his watch. The group then,
I agree,
after
Tammy.
the robbery and assault of Ethan Levine, they walked in the direction of where another crime occurred within minutes.
They should be able to write tickets for him for intentionally blocking the proceedings of law enforcement, you know? It should be for federal agents.
You have heard of this crime. Edward Korestein, a 19-year-old Doge person who was working in the administration, was walking a young woman to her car when he was approached in the 1400 block of Swan Street Northwest.
Did everyone see that some of these states like California and Illinois are starting to say, I think even New York, they're starting to say that they're going to have their law enforcement in those states arrest federal agents? It's getting to that point. That's how bad it's getting.
Approximately 10 suspects approached him, and as they did, he pushed the young woman into the car. And he was protecting her from the group before he was then attacked by multiple suspects, who then punched him repeatedly, causing significant injuries to him. They got him on the ground, and as they were doing so, they demanded the car from the woman who was inside the car and had already locked the car. They were banging on the car. They were pulling the car door, trying to get the car open, and were telling the woman in the car to hand over the keys. And the woman was, as I said, able to lock the car door, so they were unable to gain entry. And it was fortuitous that someone from the Metropolitan Police Department was on patrol. He happened to pull onto the block, and he witnessed the suspects actually assaulting Korestein, who was on the ground lying next to the car. The juveniles fled, but within a short period of time, two 15-year-olds were arrested, and they were taken into the family court by the Attorney General's office. That is the local Attorney General's office. Now, I think what's significant about this case is the history of Lawrence Cotton Powell. I want you to follow me on this. Lawrence Cotton Powell is 19 years of age. He's now charged with robbery, first-degree robbery, for which he faces 15 years in prison. He also faces a charge of assault with intent to commit robbery and another 15 years. And robbery for Edward Korestein, 15 years. Assault with intent to commit robbery, another 15 years. And attempted carjacking, 5 years. Now, let me tell you his background. On April 3rd of this year, Lawrence Cotton Powell was sentenced for a felony attempted robbery. My office asked for jail time. Judge McLean, a judge sitting in the criminal part in Superior Court with no criminal background, made a decision to give Cotton Powell probation in spite of his conviction on a felony attempted robbery. Within 31 days, by May 4th, Powell reoffends. He's rearrested, while he's on probation from the felony, and he's charged with simple assault and possession of a prohibited weapon B. On May 4th, my office asked that probation be revoked. But on May 16th, that same Judge McLean comes back and releases Cotton Powell and tells him basically, be a good boy. On July 24th, he is sentenced to one of the two misdemeanors that he's charged with. Again, my office asked for jail time after he victimized yet another person. And on July 25th, another judge suspends his sentence and decides that he should be on probation. So after a felony of attempted robbery conviction, after a violation of probation, after a second crime, after a second conviction, after no compliance with C. Sosa, the judges say do better and they let him go. And guess what? Within 10 days, he's at it again with Ethan Levine and Edward Korstein.
They never learn.
Now, the co-defendant in this case is an individual by the name of Anthony Taylor. He charged also with the same arrest. He is with the same crimes. He is from Maryland. He is 18 years old. We are unaware of any history as it relates to him. I want to thank the Metropolitan Police Department. I want to thank the fact that this department went above and beyond and worked incredibly hard.
Next one I got is Mary Kate. She's talking about man angry about his boobs or whatever. She does a transition, makes fun of him a lot. Watch this.
Okay, I genuinely have to talk about this. I'm a little angry right now.
We're angry today.
I didn't even work today. I just went to the fucking Burger King.
No kings.
And I can't go one day without getting misgendered
No.
I wonder why, dude.
And like, I understand my voice is still like in hella deep. I understand that like people like assume like with the facial structure that I am a guy sometimes.
Those judges do need to be removed, all of them.
Like, how do you not look at my fucking boobs and go, oh yeah, that's a woman?
Yeah.
Are you dumb as fuck?
He's got tingle bitties!
I get misgendered every day at work.
You?
The other day at work, oh my god, there was this like woman that came up to me and was like, oh, can you ask that gentleman, that handsome gentleman over there, like what he, where that thing is in whatever aisle?
I call him a dude.
Can you not look at my rack and clearly see that I am a woman? Girl! Famal!
Yeah!
I'm like, I'm just so tired of it. I get that I'm in Calvert and I'm in like a very redneck part of my state. But y'all bitches need to start taking me seriously because I'm about to start crashing out in aisle 5.
Crash out, chat.
I'm dead the fuck serious. Yeah. Sorry, I had to rant about that.
Dude, I wouldn't buy it. I don't buy it.
President of the United States just posted this.
Show them the thimerosal ball, which we keep in a metal container because we're a little afraid of it, and it's a very fine powder.
This is thimerosal, which is
now remember Trump posted this.
Labeled very toxic, has cumulative effects, can cause damage to the kidneys, to the respiratory system, skin, to the nervous system.
And this is in our vaccines.
Specifically warns on here that it can cause reproductive and developmental toxicity, meaning that it can cause things like autism and other neurodevelopmental disorders. This is immensely toxic stuff.
And it's in vaccine.
And this is what's in the vaccine.
It's important to realize we're talking about a whole range of products.
Vaccines are a big one because, of course, you're directly injecting it. For example, this is tetanus vaccine. This one expires. It's a little outdated now. In 2007, here's the thimerosal. 1 to 10,000 is a preservative.
Yeah, something.
Perhaps the biggest one in the U.S., at least, that's for exposure to mercury is the influenza vaccine. Influenza vaccine is now recommended for all pregnant women, all infants, all children on a yearly basis. You're supposed to.
You had last year's influenza? Understand that thimerosal is not added at the end. It's not like, well, that factory next year can make thimerosal free. Thimerosal, you either have to have a thimerosal free factory or you have to not have one. They add thimerosal at each step because the factory is not clean and not sterile. So you either have to have an expensive sterile factory where you don't need thimerosal, or you have to have one that produces thimerosal. It's going to need thimerosal or something the whole time. It needs to be stopped.
This is the influenza vaccine from Adventist Pasteur, their flu zone. Thimerosal, 25 micrograms of mercury per dose.
I'd like to point out that a lot of people didn't know, and I'm one of them. I've given 2,000 Rogam shots. I've been in vaccines for 35 years. I didn't know that Rogam had thimerosal in it. So I think a lot of the doctors were unaware. They were unaware that even the word thimerosal meant mercury.
There's already confusion because this is what the video looks like on desktop. I verified and this is what it looks like in the app. It says they're all poison, every single one. So I wonder if the president or whoever runs his account know that this is on there. Regardless, it looks like this administration is really prepping the public for a big announcement about vaccines. Keep in mind, very recently, the recommendation has changed for thimerosal, so it is no longer recommended in any vaccine. However, there are other additives that people are concerned about, like aluminum. Leave it at that for now, but as always, let me know your thoughts about this and make sure you're following me for more.
They've been spraying their skies with aluminum. I'm starting to think that some people in the Trump administration starting to come around to understanding what's been happening with all the vaccines and stuff, and the aluminum in the air and all that. All of you have been seeing online all the ones threatening to steal a lot and stuff from because of the EBT cards going. I say, go out and get a job. You know, and the reason why there is no money on the EBTs is because the government shutdown, which Democrats keep refusing to vote for an extension, which they should get the extension and then cut the spending that they're doing is what really should happen.
You got people all over the internet talking about if they don't get their food stamps next month, how they gonna go into these people's stores and take what they need. Talking all bold, like people owe them something. But I got a question. What makes you think that you're entitled to take anything that you ain't worked for? You want another man or woman to get out there, plow the field, break their backs, while you sit back and watch, and you want to eat off their labor? The devil is a lie. Punishment. That's what you call bold, entitled, warped way of thinking. If you mad at anybody, talk to God about it because it's in his word. If a man chooses not to work,
did everyone see about the NBA players that were corrupt and the one coach? It's ridiculous.
Then he should not eat. God never blesses idleness. He blesses the works of our hands. Not all of these excuses, entitled mindsets coming out of our mouths. You wouldn't let us move into your place, eat your food, use your water, or sleep in your bed without your permission, right? So why would you try to sit up here and justify going into these people's stores that they built with their sweat, hours, and sacrifice? We got to stop glorifying self-inflicted struggles. Get up off your behind and do what they're asking you to do. 20 hours, that's it. You do it with everything else. God feeds the birds. He just expects that the nest be built.
The 20 hours is to start to get people used to working, going to work, and that kind of stuff. That's supposed to be a stepping stone to having a full-time job.
So if you got questions, here's the answers. Stop waiting for a handout. Stop moving your mouth. Start moving them hands. Because guess what? If you don't work, it's 9 times out of 10, you're not going to eat.
That's what it needs to be. Got to do something. All right, Daniel Carter, she's real good on this. This is from Chicago Red, talking about the mayoral thing, threats and of true residents. This is a good one.
We are over here on 22nd and Surmat and Clark.
Oh, there ain't no kids over there.
Illegals get the hotels, veterans and other people, the homeless people get these areas.
saw y'all out here, and I wanted to know, because I'm seeing that y'all sleeping out here, right?
Yeah, that's what it is.
And when the problem I have, the problem I'm having with, have y'all received any help from the city or tried to get any help from the city?
Housing and all that.
They promised housing?
Yeah, they promised housing.
I ain't got it.
They don't.
They gave them all to the illegals.
You said they promised housing, but
Yeah.
I ain't got it.
Nobody gave none yet.
Everybody gave
Girl.
them yet. Can I, is it any way I can talk? You mad talk?
You have like a number or something like.
Yeah.
So he said.
How long? When did you start? When did you go get housing? When did you like apply?
No, they came out here.
They came out here. What year? Or was it like some months ago? This year.
Months ago.
And what they say? They were working on housing.
Yeah, they said we'll come back around and let you know where you at and let you know things going on. So I went and got my government phone, so maybe they can call me.
Okay.
But they still haven't helped you.
I haven't made that number, but they said they're gonna come back out. But
You ain't heard nothing. It's getting cold.
It's cold.
And I'm trying. So I was just wondering because I'm seeing you all. Like I see what you
Hey, John.
right now. Now you were saying when you saw the illegals, he was telling me when they were over there. What'd you just say over there when you?
The ones from over there, now they cleared them all out. Now they got jobs. I be out there shaking cups sometimes. They can't even speak English, not know who the hell they are. You know what? And
That's because they're illegals.
they do English, so
So the same illegals you saw, they got
jobs and everything. Security jobs. One's working 7-Eleven downtown. They got the jobs.
They got them jobs.
They got the jobs.
And housing.
And housing, of course.
Jobs are a way out of the hellhole.
You still waiting? All right.
Now they brought us over here on a boat. Where the hell is our shit at?
That's it. And you still waiting.
To come here, we were brought here.
Yeah.
Saul said.
And he said he's still waiting
He ain't
for.
got his housing yet.
I got
You should
it.
have housing. If y'all can correctly give illegal areas, you can give our people housing. I don't understand why.
You can get it.
Yeah. So see why they not trying to help you all. Yeah, because this is what
busy helping the immigrants.
I know.
They're not helping them. Helping immigrants.
Illegals.
I know. That's why I'm trying to understand why you got all this money for illegal aliens, but our people right here, you say you're trying to help the homeless. We got homeless right here.
That's right.
Why are we allowed to go this way, to lay right here, and it's cold, but they can be in 5-star hotels?
Right.
No, this is what I'm asking.
And giving businesses.
And get on. I know.
It was, okay, we didn't come over here. They snatched us and brought us. How the hell we can't get there? Business is going to put us in.
I know. This is it. This is what I'm.
You mind if I ask how old you are? 61. They got you on the street.
61, and they've been trying. You know what? This is what we're fighting for. This is Chicago. You know what? We've been going to Brandon Johnson. We've been going to all of this because this shouldn't be not our citizens.
Being replaced.
We see you all fighting so hard to give illegal aliens everything, but our citizens right now are on the streets right now. It's cold.
Yeah, they could.
Hey, sir, how you doing?
Either that or they could use some of the people that should be in jail that are stealing. They should do community service and clean the streets as well. Instead of giving the illegals all the homes and jobs, they should be giving them to real people and keeping the illegals out.
And what they're saying, and look at this. Look at this.
Off the street cleaning.
Friday, so it's tomorrow. 6 a.m. to 4:30. They gonna have to move all their their stuff.
Wow.
It prohibits strong personal property on the public way, obstruction on the public way, if such is encountered on the public way during the day and times identified above it, may be discarded by the city.
But yet and still, when the illegal aliens took over that building on Bennett, they had warming buses for them, they had food for them, they had buses to take transportation, to take them where they're going to go to a nice shelter, the heated shelter. They had everything waiting for them to take them out from that building to where they unlawfully went into that building and take them to a nice warm place. But this is
with all their stores, with all their belongings.
With all their belongings. They had belongings for them. Now you're going to do this. Now this gentleman been waiting for help. No one ever came. But then where they going to move to?
Right.
Where they going to move to? And it's cold. But this is what I'm talking about.
Right.
It's going to get a lot colder.
We're going to see where all of them. What is this?
This Nicole Lee.
Nicole Lee.
It could be Nicole Lee or Pat Down.
Yeah, Pat Down. So we're going to see who board this is. We're going to go to the meeting and talk about this and say what's going on. And we're going to try to get you guys up. Like they do for them to come and do what they told you. Get you home, get you home. If they don't, you say no show. So it's not that they don't want help, guys. Do not let them tell you that they don't want help. They're just not getting the help. They're just not getting the help. They want help. You say everybody around here want help.
All right.
Okay, so you gotta give me your number. You said you got a phone. And look, we're gonna follow up with this gentleman. We're gonna definitely try to get him to come downtown and talk. Or we're gonna tell his story.
I will come.
Oh, he gonna come.
Charles Riley, I will come.
What's your name? Charles Riley. Charles Riley, Mr. Riley.
So we're gonna bring Charles to the meeting, and we're gonna try to get these guys help. And so this is what we're gonna do, y'all. This we can't just allow this. We can't.
All right.
So I'm gonna get your number, sir, and thank you so much.
No problem. I ain't got no problem. I go down there and sell it to the mountain. You no.
Okay, no.
No.
He gave you. Okay.
No, you a taxpayer.
You a taxpayer. I need your number, and I'm gonna give you my
people.
Our benefits.
That's right.
And I'm not no immigrant to this damn country.
Amen.
That's right.
My history goes back, if not thousands, millions of years.
Yep.
And then you gonna rape us? I'm a disabled vet and wait 48 years for my benefit. And you can come into this country and get houses, get money, and get vouchers to open up a business. I'm gonna help you.
That's what we have to talk
I'm
about.
gonna get that. I'm gonna get that.
Yeah. You gonna get them.
This is our country. I am not an immigrant. You're no immigrant.
That's right.
And you should be treated like it. Everybody that come here is not an immigrant.
Right.
Okay. Those that were forced over here, we welcome them into the NBA family. They are family. And we'll send them in. But this crap down here at City Hall, that's treason. They need to be held accountable for treason.
They gonna be held accountable,
sir. You people shouldn't live like that. You are a citizen. I'm gonna fight to get that.
You gonna fight?
And I told you that in England, they stealing people's children $1 million per child. This is what they doing to people.
I know. And
my daughter, they rather lock her up and lock me up and let an immigrant come to this country to rape, to lie, to cheat, and steal. He got his feet propped up. He got 3 cars in America. They helping the bum. And Larry standing right in here. He had betrayed his oath to America.
They need the homeless issue in order to keep raking us over with tax dollars. They never want to totally solve the issue.
America and the police force. When you don't go over,
they want to keep spending money laundering.
ICE and D.e.a.d is the federal government. How do you not have the federal government?
Hey, Mr. Patel.
How? I'm the one protecting women from not getting raped because when those invaders come in, they're going to rape, lie, cheat, steal, and murder citizens. and you're not even backing up your own damn country. You are a traitor. Any veterans that don't roll with our government, they need to be deported. They are freaking traitors. I'm going to run for your state, and if I'm going to do everything I can, Durbin is a traitor. He get ready to talk with $200 million. And whatever he did for the South, Southwest, Pendlebrook, Harvey, Robbins, and so on. And they're going to walk out of office with their pockets filled with money and make us pay for all this craziness. Right. The war's on. Don't come in with veterans. The war is on.
Say it again.
It's on. You got my number.
You said what?
That's all hands on deck.
All hands on deck.
Now, they don't seem to be drugged out. They aren't the druggies that are on the streets. Those are normal people.
I'm just gonna say it. I don't care if it makes me sound cruel and heartless. I don't care that you want a better life. Sorry, do you know how many people are out there right now with horrifically depressing sob stories, and yet they don't get exemptions from our laws? So why should you? There are American citizens sitting behind bars right now because they broke our law, and I'm sure I could find you some gut-wrenching videos of them being separated from their family, of their children screaming and crying that they don't want their parent taken away from them, and yet they were, because you do the crime, you do the time. And the reasonable expectation when you come into a country illegally is to be deported. If you don't want to be separated from your family, then you should probably make better choices. The same way that if I decided to go out and rob a bank because that money would make my life better, I would still pay the consequences for doing such. So why are you so special? You know who probably wants a better life right now? Jocelyn Nungary's family, a 12-year-old little girl who was brutally raped and then murdered subsequently by an illegal alien. She will not get to live the rest of her life because Joe Biden's administration thought that they didn't have to actually enforce laws that are there in order to help keep Americans safe. I'm sure that they want a better life that they will never get because of the failure of his administration. So you can spare me with this nonsense. We all have a sob story. They're a dime a dozen. Tell it walking, because I don't give a shit. You do not get special privileges. You do not get to sit there taking $16.2 billion per year from taxpayers' dollars where they're sitting there struggling to just make ends meet. I'm sure they want a better life. I'm sure they want their taxpayer dollars to go towards actually helping them. So why should we be giving you special privileges? Make it make sense.
Couldn't have said that better myself.
And I'm here at the Cook County Board of Commissioner meeting.
They might be right about Chicago.
Of October 23rd, 2025.
He had a real legal vote.
I have with me the love note that you sent me. You sent me this love note during the November 2024 election cycle because you saw me advocate for your presidency here. President Trump,
hang around till a little bit past the top
thank you for acknowledging my work. Now I need you to take it a step further, President Trump. We have a real corruption problem with public officials here in the city of Chicago and Cook County. Right before you at the podium is Cook County President Toni Preckwinkle. She knows all about the corruption here, and she does nothing about it. President Trump, the only way to stop street violence here, the only way to really get a hold on the issue with illegal immigration here, you're going to have to deal with the courts. You're going to have to deal with the corrupt judges here. There's the only way to do it. The judges here are corrupt, along with the new clerk.
Look at how many blacks are speaking up now. And the illegals are pushing them out, and they're taking all the welfare system
of the court.
For one, besides a lot of the people like her and many of the other people are the ones working now are really getting sick of it. It's getting so expensive to live in their cities because you can't get rent or anything.
Mariana Spatolius is how you say her name. Along with, and see Toni Preckwinkle, please get that shot, Afro Elite, is laughing. She's laughing as I'm reporting this to the President of the United States of America, who is the most powerful man in the whole wide world. Toni Preckwinkle is laughing that I'm sending you a message. Also,
I agree, Alan,
is the issue of our inspector generals. She has the sheriff behind me in a white shirt, looking to try to apprehend me while I exercise my freedom of speech. While that same sheriff department has been told not to go and finish the eviction that was started on my property because the public administrators, Louis G. Apostle and Tina Lestropoulos, have told them to squat. The independent inspector generals know all about this, including the independent inspector general, Katerina Dakova, including the one that's at the podium right now. I'm not sure of her name. Get her face too, with the purple outfit on. These are all people that you need to come and get in order to straighten out Chicago. I will send you a follow-up video like I did 3 weeks ago from the desk of Jessica Jackson. Thank you, President Trump, for getting on this, because you know all about corrupt courts. And then we'll see if Tony Preckwinkle will laugh when the Department of Justice comes into Chicago. Thank you.
Yep, I see a lot of this. So waking up big time. Here's part 2 of the Daniel Carter's video.
Now we're going to the other side, guys, because we have the other side. We were just on that side. Now we're on the other side. We want to see. Hello. I wanted to talk to you guys. I'm videoing you all, but I just wanted to ask you all about that you help.
To get y'all some housing. As the city came over here to get y'all some housing, I asked y'all, do y'all need housing? When they gonna be coming?
So y'all did ask for housing.
They said they can't. Years old.
She's 68 years old.
I said, well, she come down. Y'all got to come down and get on that mic.
Yeah, I will.
Oh, yeah. Give me your phone number.
I'm tired of signing up for everything.
And they not helping you.
I'll come take her and take her down myself.
You know, them people, they got tents and everything and sleep in the police station. We can't.
I hope they do get him to come down to these meetings.
Walk down the street on the police, come in. What?
I know they don't have no help for you all, but they act like you all not out here living like this.
Me, baby, I have a rally of people.
Okay, we come to get you.
I have a rally of people.
Go get your.
We gonna have to probably pull up every day.
Hey.
No, we will.
Until they We gonna have to we gotta bring it every day. Hi.
The issue is a lot of these people on the street don't know of these city council meetings and all that, and how much they're being ripped off. They're taking a lot of money for the homeless issue and not doing crap for them.
We brought some residents.
Yeah.
They need some housing.
It's cold. It's cold, I know.
And y'all elders. It's giving elders. Elders shouldn't be out here. Elders shouldn't be out here.
No, y'all should.
I know. He's 61 over there. She says she's 68. My mother's 74. Like, this is crazy.
Yeah, you're right, Tammy.
I'm not gonna continue.
They think that nothing's going to happen to them because they got a fixed game to keep their positions. I don't know if that's going to keep happening if we get real voter ID and all that kind of crap. It might not happen so much. I think there is an uprising at least to turn that place purple.
You can't sit here and say we don't got no resources.
No, it's resources. It's just going to it's just not going to the people it's supposed to go to. I know. So make sure.
Well, suppose that they can get a phone from the government, Obama phone or something. Yeah, that's what it is, an Obama phone. They want to be able to contact them for their benefits or whatever somehow.
You shouldn't be out here like this. No, you shouldn't be out here because they have resources for illegal aliens, and they're putting them in hotels or apartments, and they're paying for. I know they're not.
Did they give you the SR number?
No, I used to think that they were all drug addicts and that. She don't seem to be high on drugs or anything, or even an alcoholic.
Y'all have that? See?
I know.
I want a phone.
Some of them might have some mental issues that are out there, and they need to be in a different place if that's the issue.
You want a phone? Yeah, I mean, I got a phone, but I need a phone. I know they giving them phones. I know they got phones. Yeah, I know. I don't have anything. I know.
Oh, that's right. A lot of the illegals are getting free phones as well.
Huh?
I need really a phone. That's a necessity.
You need a phone because that's a necessity.
That's true. Some of that, Mr. Fixer, is they're spending the money on the illegals instead of the welfare in the United States. Really shouldn't be. Welfare should be a temporary thing to get you out of the situation you're in, and you need to work your way out of it. To help you get to the point where you've worked enough to get yourself out of it.
So you need a phone because you need help because you're in the chair. Yeah.
You're right,
okay. Yeah, you are in the chair. Okay. And they don't give y'all phones.
Although the lady doing the interviewing totally gets it. She's been conservative for a while now.
Come by and they throw all the stuff away. They throw all your stuff. They talking about throwing the stuff away.
I'm talking about I went to the bathroom.
So they come and throw all y'all stuff away. And you got to start all over again, you say? She said they got to start all over again because they throw their stuff away.
I go to the store, get stuff.
Yeah, we spend our money.
Every time we go to we can't carry out stuff and everything we got every time we go.
But no, you shouldn't have to live out here. We're gonna get some help for you all. This is terrible.
They get stolen and resold.
Yeah.
You got to deal with the people out here.
I know. Now you got to deal with the people out here. I know. So we're gonna. I see that you send. Yeah, I see. We're gonna try to get y'all some help. We're gonna get y'all.
It's amazing how many of these people living under this subway thing are pretty old.
Some help. Not try.
At least in their 50s.
Yeah, the hot meals.
Nowhere to come, nowhere to bathe, nowhere to do nothing. It's cold.
Mr. Fixer, kind of tend to agree with you, except for the fact that they're giving it all to the illegals. We're giving all this money and it's going to the illegals instead.
I know it's cold. Yeah, now you got to get. You're not used to the heat?
I'm not used to eating.
Oh, eating. I know. Yeah, I know. She said, she ain't no animal.
Yeah, the housing budget meeting is next week. I'm gonna come and get Miss Bennett, and I go to City Hall every day. Huh? Yeah, would you like to come too? Will you come? We have to get on that bike. You get 3 minutes, and you let them know that y'all need housing, so we can post that on. So let the people know they got the same money. You want the money.
And I don't want them to spend any more money on the housing. I want it to be really used for that. Sort of like the subway to nowhere or whatever, the speed train in LA or whatever. They spent billions of dollars and they haven't laid 1 inch of track yet.
The package that they just gave them, you wanted to.
Since they talking about they helping the homeless, this supposed to be the homeless.
We put money into it.
Yeah.
We ain't got all that life.
Yeah, I know.
No, it's our country. You're taxpayers at the end of the day. Even when you go and get food now, regardless of your situation, they still taking the taxes, right?
That's a good question, Cammie. She said, how many of them actually make something of themselves with help? I think the way out is a job. I think they have it right with the 20 hours, then work themselves up to 30 and 40 hours of work. I think that's the right way.
I know you paid.
An assistant should be temporary.
We're going to continue to do this, especially at y'all age. It's not the age that y'all should be out here.
Yeah.
I'm tired. It's a disrespect. They're not going to continue to say that the man that's in the office, he's inhumane. These people at City Hall is inhumane.
Yeah. You said it's telling them. The red.
You see, the thing is, Mr. Fixer, is they need the issue to keep taking money and money laundering it, because They get tons of money, billions of dollars for homeless, and they never fix the issue.
So when we get on the mic and talk about this, y'all, this is she want to make it. She said,
I really feel like Department of Housing needs to come take care of this tomorrow as soon as we get off.
That's what I'm saying, though.
So we don't have. It should be somewhat of a jobs program, unless like some of these people are a little old for a job, in their upper 60s.
Come down here next week, because next week we're gonna bring them.
Yeah,
we're gonna bring them next week.
So that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, so meet our friends.
I miss Miss Jones. Hold on, gonna meet Miss Jones. What's your name? This out.
And my OGs. Rim.
He said real. That's okay.
You think in 2 or 3 generations someone could get off welfare?
How you doing? Yeah. What's your name? Brand. Oh, nice. Okay, man. Nice. I like your jacket. Okay.
Their issue is with the city itself. All the money they're getting and not doing anything, and giving it to illegals.
So yeah, y'all got.
These are our friends.
The illegals got cars. They got new homes. They got everything paid for. Great places to stay in. Everything. And they're still getting EBT and stuff for these illegals.
It's our new friends.
And we got about 48 hours from right now to make sure that y'all find them house, just like y'all found the illegals' house. They need house. It's cold outside. They seniors. Yeah, we want everything. They need everything. They need everything that you gave.
She said everything.
Everything.
It's all right. These people here that they're filming, it has to do with the having a lot of kids to make a lot of money, but a lot of the illegals come in here having a lot of babies, especially the Muslim ones.
Okay,
You're right. They teach the game.
Okay, we got you.
This is the least you can.
And the thing is, the illegals, when they come over here, they'll be voting Democrat for several generations.
Do Brandon Johnson.
Yeah.
The least you can do is make sure that for a better, safer, stronger Chicago, that you would get these beautiful people off the street.
Yeah.
All hands on deck, Brandon. All hands on deck.
It'll also make the street safer in terms of robberies and stuff.
Hey, Brandon Johnson, please make sure our friends get off the street for a better, safer, stronger Chicago together.
Yeah, that's our friends. These are new friends. So, friends.
Well, John, your only way out of the homeless issue, even though you had a job at the time, was to keep that job and keep working. That's the way out of the homeless situation.
I want y'all to know these are new friends. So if our new friends are not treated right and get on, and they're not
getting gripe is the biggest thing is that all the money that they took in was going to the illegals, getting free stuff, a bunch of free stuff, free homes. They actually give them whole homes.
In the service that we're demanding within this 48 hours is going to be a problem. So I'm just letting you know. Yeah.
Because that's next.
That's next.
So they can talk for themselves. They can talk. They're very articulate. Very articulate people now.
Yeah. You said I got her educated. Yep, I got
you. Yep. Here's someone that gets it. Watch.
Black man who just recently became a Republican, I gotta be honest. I have never received so much love and support from a party in my entire life. Republicans show you so much love and support, it's insane. Every person who's just been hitting me up, they're like, bro, welcome to the right side, brother. We've been waiting for you this entire time. Welcome aboard. Like, what? Everyone's just super nice and happy over here. They're like, look, see, you finally woke up. You've been asleep this entire time. Welcome aboard. Like, whoa. Everybody's so nice and supportive over here, man. Like, everyone's showing mad love. While I was with Democrats, though, it seems like Democrats, they just think about their damn self. They don't give a damn about nobody else. It's all about, I'm going to put as much money in my pocket as I can, and I'm not sharing with nobody. This is so crazy to me, and I just want to say thank you to all y'all who are showing me love and support. Republicans, it's the logical side.
You want to work for yourself.
Like, I'm getting shown all the love in the world. People are hitting me up in my DMs like, hey, man, like, I really like the videos, whoop, whoop, whoop. I'm glad you finally, you're not woke, you're awake now. I'm like, yeah. I just don't want to be a part of any more nonsense over there, you know what I mean, with Democrats in them. They can have that.
Yep. They just push the race card.
Wait. So, we got lots of people posting on social media that they're losing their SNAP benefits. Oh, they're losing their minds. However, they got the latest iPhone. They got their nails done, their hair done. They got a Louis Vuitton bag. They got money for all of that.
Exactly, Mr.
But they
Fixer.
ain't got money to feed their kids. They want the
handout,
taxpayers to do that. Well, the taxpayers didn't lie down with you in your bed, spread your legs, and pop out these kids that you want us to pay for.
Mr. Fixer is what they want is get them dependent on government. Then they vote for him forever.
So here's what you do. You go in your car, which you probably got a nice car too. Go in your car, go fill out some job applications, and while you're at it, stop at the nearest bookstore and get a how-to book on how to prioritize life. Because I'm sick and tired of it. We're seeing people with the latest iPhones. I don't even have an iPhone 17. And you mean to tell me that you can't afford groceries for your kids? Get out of here. We're done with all of that. I will not sympathize with people who have nails like this that are this long and have all sorts of rhinestones. Probably paid $200-300 for your nails to get done. You're spending $1,500 on a cell phone and on the human hair. Get synthetic. Get press-on nails. Learn how to cook inside instead of going out to eat. Okay? Start budgeting what money you do have. I never in a million years thought, look, man, I got 2 kids. 2, okay? I buy my own groceries, okay? And I had to use food stamps to get on my feet. And once I got on my feet, and guess what? I didn't need it no more. So I stopped applying. I said, let the next person who actually needs it get them. And I've seen a lot of you with Louis Vuitton bags going, oh, what's going to happen to my SNAP benefits? Psh, oh, well. A lot of them been on food stamps for decades.
A lot of that has to do with the government shutdown. The Democrats want this situation to happen to get them all riled up on the left. That's what they want.
Section 8 housing, decades, generation after generation.
Oh, and the whole Biden things is coming to an end, too. A lot of it was, this free stuff was put in place during the Biden years, early in the Biden years.
Look, okay, I'm telling you this much, man. Nothing is free. Nothing in this country is
Back in
free,
84,
and you are more than capable of getting out there and doing something for yourself and making something of yourself. Don't let anybody sell you short. And if you...
I totally believe it should be temporary, unless you're like 70 years old or some stupid thing.
Yourself are selling yourself short, well then, man, that's a generational curse you're going to have to break. But I will not sympathize with the people who are sitting there on the latest iPhone 17 Pro Max going, I'm about to lose my SNAP benefits. Feel bad for me. Nope.
Okay, next one here. Here's a former Democrat.
You're going to be so proud of me. Finally, I switched to Republican Party as a registered voter. I've always been registered Democrat, but obviously you know the reasons, and I made it official. Yes, in California I am a Republican. Yay.
This one I labeled, that's why the national park says not to feed the bears.
Y'all, I don't give a fuck. I'm about to say something and I don't give a fuck whose feelings I hurt. You ready for this? So much I gotta put my phone down and be ready for it. The crash out over motherfuckers losing EBT benefits got me dead right now. When I fucking moved to Indiana, I didn't have shit. Almost no money in my pocket. I found a job at a gas station. I was making like fucking 20 grand a year, maybe 25 if I was lucky, right?
Great point.
I applied for benefits when I first moved to Indiana. I couldn't get them as a single mom with no support system. And they told me, no, you make too much money. And now you motherfuckers who have been on these programs for over 20 fucking years got the audacity to be mad that those benefits are being taken from you. Are you fucking kidding me? Bitching about how you're being done so wrong and you need all this fucking help still while you're recording from a fucking almost
Mr. Fixer, that corruption's in our government, really. And all the agencies, people in the deep state working for them.
$1,000 cell phone. Why you got lashes as long as my fucking broom. Why your nails are as long as my fucking toothbrush. Are you kidding me right now? Y'all got me fucked up. Welcome to reality of paying your own fucking bills. Let me know how fun it is, okay? Also, number 2, the fact that a fucking man cosplaying as a woman can go out and get hormone replacement therapy for free. Well, not for free, you know, paid for by citizens, by taxpayers. So yeah, but they can go out and get it for free, so to speak. An actual biological woman who's suffering with menopause symptoms cannot go out and get hormone replacement therapy for free. I have to pay for it out of my own pocket. You motherfuckers have been so privileged for such a long time, and then had the audacity to bitch and complain when you gotta be just like the rest of us. Fuck you. Fuck your benefits. I am so happy y'all are losing this shit. Go out and get a fucking job like the rest of us. Ugh.
Amen. Amen.
It's have been 5 days without food. 5 days ago, my food
Watch this scam.
stamps were taken from me, stolen from me, with no warning, no warning. Today, I get this food stamp letter from the fucking food stamp office telling me not only am I losing my food stamps, I'm losing my $2,100 in cash benefits that I get every single month to pay my bills. I'm losing my Section 8. My food stamps have now decreased from $4,300
Some of them are making money on the side, Tammy, like this
How
one.
the hell am I supposed to feed 6 kids on $19 a freaking
This woman's making tons of money and making money on the side as well.
Hell no. No, 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 no. Do you guys know who that person is?
Exactly, Marianne.
Do you know who that person is who's complaining about losing $6,700 a month in taxpayer-funded handouts? Do you know who that is? Let me show you. It's this lady, Mama C.XO, has 477,000 followers on TikTok. 477,000 followers on TikTok. Here's a question from Mama C. Are you not claiming your 1099 income from TikTok? Because I have a pretty good idea how much money you're making every single fucking month in 1099 payments from the Creators Fund. It's a lot more than I am. It's a lot more than most people are. Are you not claiming that? How in God's green earth does someone who is making thousands of dollars a month on TikTok also getting $6,700 a month in taxpayer-funded handouts? Listen, it is perfectly reasonable for some people to be
and then screaming about losing that money that we're paying to them.
A little bit miffed by the fact that the Democrats are intentionally keeping the government shut down to use people like her as leverage. It is perfectly reasonable for us to say there's some people who legitimately need this help. You, however, have 477,000 fucking followers on TikTok. We have a good idea how much money you're bringing in doing that, and you're still bilking the taxpayer for $6,700 a month in taxpayer handouts. This video is going straight to the IRS. 100% straight to the IRS. This is the fraud we're constantly talking about right here.
Yeah, exactly right. Scamming us on the side besides. Politicocrats, I'm friends with them. They definitely always do a good job. Watch this.
Dear fascists, do I scare you? Be honest. You being afraid of me has nothing to do with my sexy trans body.
True that, Mr. Fix-It. It's not our
Fortunately, I can't answer your question because I'm not a fascist. If anything, I am the furthest thing on the political spectrum from a fascist.
Yeah.
A capitalist.
Cadillac
I know you
Escalade.
can't tell me the difference. I think that capitalists and fascists are the same thing, but you're also a woman.
And they think they're entitled, that's why.
So here's a chart that I found online that explains the difference between socialism, fascism, capitalism, and communism. As you can see, the chart goes over how each of them is similar or different when it comes to ownership, equality, prices, taxes, and healthcare. You can go ahead and pause to read, but I'm going to make it simple for you. I just colored everything in red that is determined by the state. Everything in blue is determined by the individual, and the one thing in yellow is determined by and controlled by no one. Which technically it is controlled by the state to not allow anyone, so it could be red. The more red you see, the easier it is for that system to fall into authoritarianism, and the less freedom you will have. Now that we know that the closest thing that we have to fascists in America are those who believe in socialism or communism, which is probably 0 Republicans and 80% of the Democratic Party, you now know who to direct your question to ask if they find you scary. I'm going to be honest, from what I have seen and experienced from the Democrats, they are not going to be afraid of you. I will go as far to say 100% of them will be loving and accepting of you. 50% of them will praise you for being your whatever you want to be. And 25% of them probably have a fetish for you. There's probably an obese woman with a full beard and a full chest of hair that is drooling with you in the background of my video right now. You are probably the ideal dream woman for every Antifa member, but they would prefer to call you a man because they probably like getting pegged.
Pretty funny. That's good.
2028, I'm voting for whoever decides to demolish the fucking Hitler ballroom. Okay? If you come out and say, I'm running and I am going to demolish that Hitler ballroom and put back up the East Wing, you got my vote. Okay? This is just so fucked up to me. And
now, what if a Republican said that? I guarantee you she wouldn't vote for him.
This is why I can't watch the news in the morning, because not a good way to start the day.
Yep. Okay, I'm going to get on to the main event I had. Kash Patel, this is good. Get your notebooks.
Patel exposes dead chef revelation. Obama's legacy destroyed. Breaking former President Barack Obama exposed in massive FBI sting operation, secrets, treason, and a murder cover-up. The chamber fell silent as Kash Patel stepped into the spotlight. This wasn't just another congressional hearing. This was history in the making. Obama thought he was
Do you see how many old people are really back on the left now? It's insane. They watch too much MSNBC.
untouchable. 7 years of silent power, 28 years of political dominance, and now in one single afternoon, his entire empire would begin to collapse. The media had no idea what they were about to witness. Cameras rolled. Tweets flew. Millions were watching. Kash Patel, former chief investigator, now FBI deputy director, opened a thick black briefcase. Inside, the most explosive federal investigation in modern history, Operation Congressional Cleanup. What followed would shake the foundations of American politics. Patel didn't start with accusations. He started with facts. Mr. Obama, you've repeatedly claimed that your administration was scandal-free, that you stood for transparency, equality, and justice. Today, we put those claims to the test. Patel unlocked a folder stamped Top Secret, Counterintelligence Division. Across the front, Obama Family Criminal Enterprise. He began to read. Our forensic division traced $127 million in assets acquired by the Obama family during and after Barack Obama's presidency. According to government records, your total legal income from public office was $6.4 million. Patel paused, scanning the room. Reporters stopped typing. Senators leaned in. That's a 2,000% return. Warren Buffett doesn't get returns like that. He tossed the next file onto the desk. Insider Trading Analysis. Michelle Obama. Between 2016 and 2023, your wife executed 73 major stock trades within 24 hours of your classified briefings. He tapped on a large screen behind him. A timeline lit up March 18, 2020. Obama receives COVID-19 impact briefing. March 19th, Michelle Obama purchases $5.2 million in Zoom options. March 21st, Zoom stock surges, $31 million profit. This isn't a coincidence. This is corruption. Gasps filled the chamber. Obama remained stone-faced. But Patel wasn't finished. He reached for a smaller file marked with the seal of the FBI's cyber division. Let's talk about election interference. October 2020, 1 month before the election, Patel presented audio recordings. Michelle Obama's voice unmistakable. Get the letter ready. I want it signed by 51 former intelligence officials by tomorrow. Say the Hunter laptop is Russian disinformation. I don't care what's in it. The crowd gasped. That's election interference, Patel declared. Using government influence to suppress truth, mislead voters, and sway the most critical election of our time. Then came the most chilling evidence. Let's discuss a murder, Patel said coldly. The chamber frozen. He opened a red folder. Subject Tafari Campbell, personal chef to the Obamas. Publicly ruled as an accidental drowning. But here's what our investigation uncovered. No eyewitnesses. No working security cameras that night. Autopsy revealed blunt force trauma to the head. No CPR administered before EMS arrived. Why would a healthy adult man drown in shallow water at the Obama estate with no witnesses and unexplained head injuries? Patel displayed surveillance intercepts Campbell had messaged a confidant 2 days earlier. I overheard something about Chinese money and defense intel. If anything happens to me, no, I didn't drown by accident. A stunned silence. Patel closed the file. He knew something he wasn't supposed to know. And now he's dead. The shockwaves hadn't even stopped when Patel reached for a black folder lined with silver. Now we enter the world of espionage. He clicked a remote. Screens lit up with images of Obama meeting with a mysterious Asian man across years in San Francisco. This is Colonel Liu Cheng, dual agent for Russian and Chinese intelligence. Codename Golden Bridge. For 8 years, Obama met with him 47 times, each meeting followed by wire transfers to shell companies linked to the Obama family. Total $31 million. Patel's voice grew colder. Russia discovered Liu was also working for China. Putin had him executed last month. No extradition. No negotiations. A message to the world they don't tolerate traitors. He stared directly at Obama. But America still needs to decide how we deal with them. Kash Patel's next words echoed like a thunderclap. You didn't just enrich yourself, Mr. Obama. You betrayed your oath. You sold out our allies. You weaponized our institutions. You covered up a murder. Every eye in the room turned toward Obama. He didn't speak. He couldn't. The storm had just begun. The room is dead silent. Kash Patel's voice cuts through the tension like a scalpel. Let's talk about July 23, 2023, the day Tafari Campbell died. The room shifts. Eyes widen. Even hardened Democrats begin to sweat. What was once a tragic accident is about to be redefined. Patel opens a folder labeled Operation False Current.
Later on, they're going to get into Big Mike on this, Mr. Fixer. Big Mike.
On the screen, a map appears. Obama's Martha's Vineyard estate. A red dot marks the private lagoon. According to the official report, Patel says Tafari Campbell drowned in calm waters. No alcohol, no drugs, no trauma, case closed. He pauses. The stillness is chilling. But there's just one problem. It was all a lie. Patel lays out the timeline, July 22nd, 11:48 p.m. Tafari Campbell places a call to his cousin in Maryland. In the recording, he whispers, I found something in the guest wing. Something I wasn't supposed to see. If anything happens to me, tell the world. It was Michelle. July 23rd, 6:00 a.m. Secret Service logs show an emergency lockdown on the estate. No visitors, no press, no drones. July 23rd, 7:12 a.m. Tafari Campbell is reported missing. 23 minutes later, divers pull his body from a calm lagoon less than 5 feet deep. He was an expert swimmer. July 25th. The coroner's report states death by accidental drowning. No water in the lungs, no bruising, no abrasions, just silence. Patel drops a thumb drive on the table. This contains the surveillance footage they tried to erase, recovered from a drone 1.2 miles offshore. Watch. The screens flicker. Grainy black and white footage. A figure sneaks into the estate's guest wing at 2:13 a.m.
I'm hoping something
Tafari.
happens.
He enters. A minute later, he runs out.
The thing is, I worry that they'll run the clock out. They'll drag it out past Trump's term.
Another figure follows. Taller, broader, the outline unmistakable. Michelle Obama. Gasps echo. The footage cuts. Kash's voice hardens. Tafari didn't drown. He ran. He was chased. He slams the table. And he died because he knew too much. The room breaks into shouts. Chaos erupts. Cameras flash. Reporters scream questions. But Patel isn't finished. And you know who authorized the cover-up? He asks, turning toward the main screen. A still image fills the frame, Barack Obama signing a sealed incident report labeled NSC Controlled. He classified Tafari's death under National Security Authority. A private chef labeled a threat to national security. The audience is stunned. Patel paces slowly. Obama knew Tafari had discovered encrypted communications between Michelle and a foreign intelligence asset. He clicks a remote.
Maybe too much for Obummer. Too much of a club for him.
Audio begins. Michelle's voice. He's seen the file. We can't let him talk. Unidentified voice. I'll handle it.
Public
Then static. Patel's voice darkens. And that asset was Colonel Victor Liang, a dual citizen, Chinese-born, Russian-trained, embedded in California academia. Patel slams down another file, Operation Dragon's Curse. Liang wasn't
Mr. Fixer, I thought he'd like something that way.
just an observer. He was Obama's back channel to Beijing and Moscow. The chamber gasps again. He met with Michelle and Barack 47 times over 8 years. He flips to a photo the Obamas on a private yacht in Hong Kong 2017. Colonel Liang is standing beside them. He's dead now. Putin had him executed publicly in Moscow, shot twice in the head. The reason? Because he was working both sides. The moment Putin found out he was funneling U.S. intel to China, he had him shot. No exchange, no prisoner trade, just a message. Patel breathes deeply. And you want to know how we know? Because Obama's name was in Liang's drop logs. We intercepted encrypted emails, coordinated meetings, payment routes. He pulls out a ledger. Here are the payment logs, $2.8 million in transfers, routed through shell companies. The screen shows Dragon River Holdings, Pacific Crosswind Loyalty, Beacon Asset Ventures, all tied to one ultimate beneficiary, Michelle Obama's consulting firm. The air is thick. Oxygen seems to vanish from the room. This isn't a mistake, Patel says. This is treason. His voice lowers to a whisper. And the man who covered it all up sits at the heart of the American political machine. He turns to the chamber. Let me be clear. Tafari Campbell was murdered. Michelle Obama ordered it. Barack Obama covered it up. And they did it to protect a transnational spy ring that sold American secrets to foreign powers. A Republican senator stands. Mr. Patel, are you requesting a criminal referral? No. Patel replies. I'm delivering one. He slides a folder marked DOJ, urgent referral. Treason, conspiracy, obstruction of justice, homicide, all of it. The hearing chamber erupts. Media explodes. Twitter crashes. And Barack Obama's legacy begins to crumble under the weight of what just happened. The silence was deafening as Kash Patel reached into his briefcase again. His fingers gripped the spine of the thickest folder, yet its cover marked with the seals of the NSA CIA and the FBI's Counterintelligence Division. The name on the top, Operation Dragon's Web. Patel's voice lowered, almost grim. Congress, what I'm about to show you is no longer political corruption. It's not just greed. This is treason, and it starts here. The chamber screens lit up. High-definition surveillance footage appeared frame after frame of Barack Obama in discreet meetings with a single man, always in different cities, different clothes, always alone. In Los Angeles, then in Geneva, then Berlin. Finally back in Washington, D.C. The man beside him always with a hidden earpiece, dark glasses, never speaking in public. This Patel gestured toward the screen is General Victor Hahn, a double agent for both China and Russia, half Russian, half Chinese, high-ranking PLA cyber ops commander, recruited by the GRU Russian military intelligence in 2011, exposed in 2023 by Putin himself, executed without negotiation, not even handed back to China. A gasp ran through the chamber. The Russians called him the Golden Serpent. And guess who was his primary American contact? Patel's voice hardened. Barack Hussein Obama. He flipped open the folder. NSA transcripts spilled onto the table. Clear audio intercepts followed. Intercept 1. General Han Taiwan must remain unarmed. Can your people stop the Patriot system transfer Obama? I'll stall the House. Patel and the hardliners won't know until it's too late. You'll get at least a 3-month delay. Intercept 2 Han. The sanctions on Huawei are biting. We need relief in the next quarter. Obama, I'll water down the executive orders. Quietly. No press. The room was in shock. Even the media had stopped typing. Patel continued. Over 8 years, Obama met this man 56 times. After every meeting, there were direct monetary transfers to accounts linked to Michelle Obama's speaking engagements, company,
like
real estate trusts, and consulting front firms. He projected financial intelligence. $31.4 million transferred through 14
The other thing is, during the election, he slipped like 11 times, and he said, my Muslim faith, and then he would correct himself and say, Christian faith, when he was lying about that even.
shell companies, all traced, all documented. All of this, Patel said, was in exchange for intelligence leaks.
I don't think the Democrats care. They would still vote for him no matter what.
Defense delays and sabotaging our allies in Asia. Obama wasn't just helping China. He was feeding both China and Russia to protect his dynasty. That is espionage.
Colin, if you're high on weed, does it make you laugh more on this stuff?
That is treason. Gasps turned to anger. Members of Congress leaned forward, some whispering, others visibly pale. And now Patel paused the death that was supposed to cover this all up. He slid out a new file. Tafari Campbell, personal chef, loyal employee, dead by drowning. That's the official story. Here's the real one. Screen footage lit up drone thermal imaging private security camera, captures and time-stamped GPS logs. Patel narrated. Campbell discovered a hidden secure drive while prepping food at the Obama estate. He copied encrypted files believing they were recipes from White House dinners. Instead, he uncovered audio logs, recordings between Obama and General Han. He confided in a friend. That friend spoke to a federal informant. The next footage silenced the room entirely. July 23rd, 2023, 6:17 p.m., Campbell visibly panicked leaves the Obama residence. July 23rd, 2023, 6:48 p.m., Campbell's kayak is launched alone on Edgartown Great Pond. No one else was present. July 23rd, 2023, 6:56 p.m., a black drone circles the area. GPS logs confirm it's not FAA registered. July 23rd, 2023, 7:04 p.m. Footage cuts to black. Drone signal jammed. July 23rd, 2023, 7:29 p.m. Body recovered. Except Patel added forensics show Campbell suffered blunt force trauma to the base of the skull. Not drowning, murder, masked as an accident. He displayed the autopsy photo. Gasps turned to horror. And guess who signed the private autopsy? A physician previously employed by the Obama Foundation. The puzzle.
I totally think he was killed. It's sort of like a lot of the Hillary's killings with Vince Foster and all that. Never get to the bottom of those. The FBI covered them up.
Pieces began to snap into place. This wasn't one act. It was a network, a web of influence suppression, foreign collusion, and calculated elimination. Patel.
You think Obama will go to England or someplace like that, or maybe a Muslim country to hide out so he doesn't get extradited to the United States?
Looked at the panel. We cross-checked emails, texts, deleted chat logs. The murder wasn't random. It was a cleanup. Tafari Campbell knew too much. A Democratic staffer fainted. Patel went further. And what happened when Adam Schiff, the architect of Obama's covert intel shielding operations, found out a new screen activated? A private prison security feed. There was Adam Schiff disheveled behind bars. Recorded 2 days ago. Audio log Schiff. Tell Barack, I'll keep my mouth shut, but I need out. I need protection. They're going to kill me too. Unknown voice. The president says, no deals. Silence. Not a whisper in the room. Schiff's head fell into his hands. Patel stood tall. Adam Schiff. Thrown to the wolves by the same man who orchestrated everything.
I hear you,
Barack Obama. And it gets worse. He pulled another document.
I don't know.
A signed order time-stamped, encrypted, classified, top secret. Obama authorized a hold on National Guard reinforcement deployment on January 6, not because of Trump, but because he needed the chaos for what Patel lifted the final folder of this segment, diversion. While the nation watched the Capitol fall into madness, Obama's back channel to Beijing confirmed their cyber theft of military blueprints went undetected. He used a national tragedy.
You think China has a lot on a lot of American politicians? That's why they can get them to do whatever they want? They can blackmail them?
As a smokescreen for global betrayal. The chamber was in shock. Patel announced coldly, will reveal exactly how the Obama Foundation became the central hub for laundering foreign money and how Michelle Obama's speaking career was used as cover for international bribery and espionage. He looked up. This isn't the end. This is unraveling. It wasn't supposed to see the light of day. The White House had buried the story. The media ignored it. Intelligence agencies scrubbed every trace. But Kash Patel had it all. Documents intercepted calls, surveillance photos, and when he laid it on the hearing table, the room froze. Let's talk about Tafari Campbell, he said. The chamber shifted. Some staffers exchanged glances. Others tensed. The name had long been dismissed by the media as a tragic accident. But Kash's voice cut through the illusion like a scalpel. The personal chef of the Obamas. Drowned in shallow water. No drugs, no alcohol, no bruises, no struggle. Just disappeared beneath the surface. A skilled swimmer. Former Navy culinary detail. And no autopsy was publicly released. A large monitor displayed his smiling face, then the official incident report. Why does it matter? Because Mr. Campbell's phone pinged just 43 seconds before his heart stopped beating. And that ping was traced to a secure channel at Martha's Vineyard property where Michelle Obama and 2 senior intelligence aides were present.
Mr. Fixer.
Gasps. Ladies and gentlemen, Tafari Campbell didn't drown. He discovered something, and they silenced him. Kash Patel lifted a manila folder labeled Operation Quiet Shore. He found encrypted backups on a kitchen laptop. Hidden folder, 3 terabytes. Internal communications codenamed Sunstone Files. On-screen fragments of text logs.
3 terabytes of information is a lot of info.
The words Taiwan package, CIA compliance, joint transfer funds, and SVR intercepts flashed across the display. Tafari wasn't just a chef, he was a witness, and they made sure he couldn't testify. Patel activated a short recording. It was faint, distorted, recorded from a kitchen voice assistant linked to a secure audio relay. Tafari. They're using joint black accounts, Chinese fronts with Russian shell firms. I shouldn't have seen this. Unknown voice. If he knows, he's a risk. Patel paused the audio. That second voice has been verified by 3 forensic labs to match Michelle Obama. Silence. And before anyone
I wonder if they ever swear an oath to Satan, some of them.
calls this a fabrication, Patel continued, I'll remind the committee the water where he drowned was only 3.8 feet deep. Tafari Campbell was 6'2", a record swimmer. The screen showed surveillance camera stills from a nearby Coast Guard drone. One frame captured a shadowy figure restraining someone in the water.
Geez, I don't know the answer to that, Mr. Fixer. I don't know if it's AI written. It could be. Maybe.
And here's the last signal from Tafari's Apple Watch, transmitted at 11:24 p.m. GPS coordinates confirm he was 60 meters inland, nowhere near the water. Someone moved the body. Patel turned the hearing sharply. Now let's shift east, Russia. He pulled up intelligence reports stamped with seals from the SVR, GRU, and U.S. Naval Intelligence. Colonel Li Wei once thought to be a loyal Chinese handler embedded in UC Berkeley's academic program. It turns out he was playing both sides. Russian intelligence flipped him. And instead of extraditing him back to China, Vladimir Putin made him a public example. Screens displayed Russian state television footage, a courtroom, a sentence, and then execution. Putin sent a message China's penetration of the U.S. Congress would not be tolerated even by its allies. Patel zoomed in on financial intelligence documents. And what did Colonel Lee Wei reveal before he died? That Barack Obama, during his post-presidency, was codenamed Gatekeeper in PLA intelligence intercepts, that he coordinated digital traffic transfers between CCP-linked accounts and Western NGOs pushing pro-China narratives. A new face appeared on screen, Adam Schiff. The final witness, the fall guy, the man who tried to escape the wreckage. Audio logs began to play. Schiff: "Please, I did what I was told. I didn't know how deep it went. Just get me out." Unknown: "Obama says you're on your own." Schiff: "He can't do that. I'll testify. I'll give everything." Unknown: "It's too late." The clip ended. Mr. Schiff was arrested last week, Patel revealed. His attempt to flee the country failed, and his plea deal is contingent on full cooperation in the Obama corruption probe. He held up a sign.
Now, I haven't heard of Shifty Schiff being arrested yet. I don't know. Does anyone else know anything on that? Or some of this stuff happens without us being told right away.
Affidavit. Sworn testimony. Admitting that White House officials under Obama's direction ordered surveillance and disinformation campaigns against political opponents and obstructed FBI investigations into the Biden laptop insider
Shifty Schiff seems like a real perv anyways.
Stock trades and foreign lobbying operations. Patel moved to the final board, a spiderweb diagram titled Operation Palisade. At the center, Barack and Michelle Obama, radiating out NGOs, media networks, tech platforms, Pakis, Chinese, and Russian intelligence fronts. He stared at the room. This is not a conspiracy. This is conspiracy proven, documented, verified. He ended with a line that pierced through the noise. They use democracy as a shield while stabbing it from behind. The chamber stood still. Outside, protesters clashed. Cameras rolled. But inside, the system's darkest secrets had finally cracked open. "We don't prosecute rumors, Mr. Obama. We prosecute evidence." Kash Patel. The chamber was deathly still. And then came the part no one was prepared for. Patel, now standing beside the witness table, clicked a remote. Behind him, the oversized screens on both sides of the committee room lit up. Logos appeared: Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, followed by a chilling phrase. Kash Patel's voice cut through the silence like a scalpel. "This part isn't about money or even power. It's about information. It's about the truth. Or rather, how the Obama machine suppressed it to steal a presidency." A collective gasp swept the room.
Maybe they like it.
October 2020, the Hunter Biden laptop. Our cyber division authenticated it within 48 hours. Metadata hardware chain, digital signatures, bulletproof. But it wasn't just a laptop. It was a vault. One filled with messages, voice notes, call logs, bank records, contracts, many involving Hunter, but also links back to you. He turned sharply to Barack Obama. The FBI confirmed it. The DOJ saw it. And so did you. That's why you personally coordinated the cover.
Now, what's the laws on that? Can they prosecute him for stuff he did while president? Or maybe even a lot of this happened after presidency. I don't know.
Up. A barrage of internal emails flashed across the screens, dated just hours before the New York Post's breaking story. From office of Barack Obama to former CIA officials. Former DNI clapper Brennan's subject: preemptive statement, urgent, please coordinate an immediate public letter asserting foreign disinformation risk regarding Biden laptop. Target window 24 hours before the NY Post article. Frame as Russian operation. Credibility from ex-intel officials is critical. Kash continued. 51 former intelligence officials, none of whom reviewed the laptop, signed a public letter dismissing it as Russian disinformation. At your instruction. He clicked again. Audio played. Obama's voice recorded via internal mic in closed briefing. "We need them all on the record. Doesn't matter if it's true. Perception wins elections. Push the Russia angle. Let the media do the rest." The room exploded. Reporters frantically typed. Lawmakers gasped. This was no longer just corruption, it was premeditated electoral manipulation. Patel leaned in. Then came the pressure. Direct messages, threats to platforms leveraged by Section 230. Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. They didn't just suppress the story. They banned it, blocked the New York Post, deleted posts, suspended accounts. Anyone sharing the truth was silenced. He pointed to a chart. 97% suppression rate of Biden laptop content across major platforms. 73% of Biden voters polled said they wouldn't have voted for him had they known the laptop contents. Election margin 44,000 votes across 3 states.
Oh, it doesn't.
Those aren't stats. That's theft. That's the quietest coup in American history. Next came the receipts. He held up a binder. This is internal platform communication provided by a whistleblower. Facebook employee were getting directives from Obama's team.
If this actually happens and they get arrested and all that kind of stuff, the left would lose their crap.
Flag all laptop from hell content. Twitter exec. They want a total blackout. Threatened Section 230 repeal.
And I get my popcorn.
An email from YouTube read, compliance request from Obama Foundation legal. Immediate takedown of channels covering Hunter Biden files. Threat of audit mentioned, and the digital hammer dropped. NSA intercepts, audio recordings, timeline alignments. Obama frees it till after the vote, then nobody cares. Kash turned to the committee. That is not freedom. That is not democracy. That is information warfare, waged not by a foreign adversary, but by a former president of the United States against his own people. Another folder slid across the table. Federal charges referred conspiracy to suppress political information. 10 years per count violation of the First Amendment under color of law. 10 years civil rights conspiracy, life imprisonment, election interference, 5 years per instance. Obama's eyes dropped. Hands clenched. Michelle looked stunned, her jaw locked tight. But Patel wasn't finished. Mr. Obama, while small businesses were shut down, families were locked inside homes, while American citizens struggled to speak truth online, you manipulated the very platforms meant to amplify the people's voice. The mood shifted. What was once a political spectacle had become a digital treason trial. Your administration claimed to stand for transparency, for free speech, for liberty, but behind closed doors, you orchestrated the greatest suppression campaign in modern history. And then came the twist. The screen changed again. Project Pegasus Joint NSA-FBI Cyber Task Force timeline. Included were decrypted communications between top Obama-era officials and high-level Silicon Valley executives, mapping out pre-election narrative choke points, media partners, keyword flags, and account bans preloaded into content moderation algorithms. It wasn't a reaction, Patel said. It was premeditated censorship, a digital Pearl Harbor. He walked back to the mic, calm, precise. You didn't just break the law, Mr. Obama. You rewrote the rules of war against your own country. Kash Patel stands at the center of the most devastating congressional hearing in modern American history, his voice steady and sharp, echoing through every corridor of power, left trembling in its wake. This is not just the unraveling of Barack Obama's legacy, it is the collapse of an entire political illusion. And it starts with a single fatal truth. No one, Kash declares, his voice cutting like a blade through the tension, is above the law, not even Barack Hussein Obama. The video wall flickers on. The room watches in stunned silence as the screen displays encrypted communications decrypted by the NSA. It's Obama's voice, calm, composed, unmistakable, discussing suppression strategies with global tech leaders. Topics range from discrediting political opponents to manipulating online narratives to pressuring platforms like Twitter and Facebook into removing dissenting content. The coordination is chilling. And if the laptop story gets out, asks one executive, Obama's response is calm but lethal. It won't. We'll use the usual 51. The American people are easy to steer when you own the compass. A hush falls over the room. Kash lets it sink in. The manipulation of a presidential election confirmed in the voice of the very man who once campaigned on hope and transparency. But that was the facade. Behind the curtain, Obama orchestrated a propaganda machine so effective it eclipsed anything seen in modern history. Then comes the national security breach. Kash reveals a covert intelligence briefing, Operation Midnight Falcon. It documents how Obama authorized intelligence sharing with foreign operatives embedded within Silicon Valley and how U.S. strategic assets were compromised for geopolitical leverage. These were not just policy blunders, they were systemic betrayals of national trust. Mr. Obama authorized the deliberate weakening of U.S. military posture in the South China Sea to accommodate back-channel negotiations with foreign regimes, Kash reads aloud. In exchange, political cover and financial incentives flowed back through nonprofit organizations, shell LLCs, and foreign NGOs, most of which trace back to the Obama Foundation. And
a lot of that money comes back through the NGOs. It's our tax dollars that's paying to take us out.
Its global affiliates. Gasps erupt. The evidence isn't theoretical. It's forensic, digital forensics, surveillance logs, coded financial transfers, eyewitness accounts, whistleblower testimonies. The curtain falls on Obama's supposed innocence. Next, the room shifts to a darker topic, Tafari Campbell. The chef's death was ruled a drowning accident. But as Kash presents the FBI's unreleased forensic report, the entire narrative collapses. No water in the lungs, contusions inconsistent with drowning, a shallow pond barely waist deep. And strangest of all, Tafari had texted a friend just 30 minutes before his death saying, "I know the whole thing. It goes to the top. If something happens to me, it wasn't an accident." The room goes ice cold. Kash then displays a security clearance request Tafari submitted weeks before his death. He'd requested formal protection status, citing exposure to sensitive information. And he mentioned overhearing conversations involving Michelle Obama and a Russian-Chinese double agent linked to the espionage ring exposed by Vladimir Putin. The agent, codenamed Ghost Orchid, was confirmed executed by Moscow. But what he left behind was damning. Emails, audio logs, and couriered packages handed to Russian counterintelligence. Putin, for all his own darkness, refused to return Ghost Orchid to China. Instead, he executed him publicly, sending a message to both Beijing and Washington. America's rot had reached Moscow. The betrayal went global. Adam Schiff is brought in shackled, freshly arrested. His attempt to cut a deal failed when Obama refused to offer him protection. "He left me to rot," Schiff mutters under his breath as he's led through the chamber. "After everything I did, I was just a pawn." The moral collapse of an entire political class is now complete. Kash lifts the final file. It's the criminal referral over 100 charges: espionage, treason, conspiracy, election interference, financial fraud, murder, organized crime. And with it, a recommendation for the most severe penalty allowed by federal law. Barack Obama is hereby referred to the Department of Justice for prosecution under the Espionage Act and Article 3, Section 3 of the U.S. Constitution, treason against the United States of America. The penalty: life imprisonment or death. Silence. The weight of history presses down on the room. Michelle Obama issues a panicked public statement from an undisclosed location claiming the
Meaning Big Mike?
hearing is a right-wing coup, but public support is gone. The polling collapse is instant. The backlash is global. Leaders in Europe denounce the former president. NATO demands internal reviews of intelligence sharing protocols. Allies question every deal made during Obama's tenure. Inside the U.S., a political reckoning ignites.
Well, for sure, January 6th was a psyops manipulation, that's for sure.
Public opinion turns like a tidal wave. 74% of Americans demand full prosecution. 62% say they feel deceived and betrayed. Social media explodes. Obama treason trends with over 250 million mentions. Millions flood Capitol Hill in peaceful protest. Streets are filled with chants, "Justice for America." Obama betrayed us, drain them all. Congress holds emergency sessions. Within 48 hours, the House votes to strip Obama of all post-presidency privileges: Secret Service detail, pension, office.
Does anyone think that any of this is going to happen or could happen? I don't know.
Budget, all gone. The Senate begins expedited impeachment proceedings to strip all official honors. Former allies distance themselves publicly. The media, after days of silence, begin covering the story, each outlet scrambling to
they'll cover it on from the other side. They'll attack anyone on this.
Regain public trust. A new age begins.
Fraud, yeah.
The FBI, reformed under
Nullifies
Kash Patel's leadership, launches Operation Sovereign Dawn, a full investigation into political corruption across both parties. Dozens of resignations follow. Arrests are made. Confidence in American institutions begins to recover. And history records one final truth. Barack Obama, once hailed as a visionary, left behind a legacy of deception, betrayal, and constitutional ruin. And the man who brought the truth into the light, Kash Patel, became the symbol of what real justice looks like. No one is above the law, not anymore.
We'll see if any of this comes out to be true. We'll see. They mix enough truths in there to make you think, just enough to do everything like that. All right, I got a couple other videos, but I'm going to save them for tomorrow. I should be on at 6. I don't want to run up past the 7 o'clock things, and they would, if I play them together, they would run past 6. Wouldn't mind hearing your opinions on that video. I know that a lot of it's not true yet. I think it's a lot of truths there, that kind of stuff. So I thought it was interesting. All right, God bless everyone. Take care. Bye-bye. Thank heavens I didn't crash this time. I have been crashing, before ending him. Take care. Bye-bye. See you tomorrow.